Welcome, friends, seekers, and truth watchers. You've just stepped into a realm where ancient prophecy meets today's shifting world. Today's journey takes us deep beneath the earth, to the mysterious beings the Hopi called the Ant People, guardians, protectors, and maybe our future saviors. Are they real? Are the signs of their return already here? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear may change how you see the world forever. Before we dive in, please take a moment to tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss a drop of ancient wisdom. If you feel moved by today's message, please share it. And if you'd like to support this work, click the Super Thanks button to make a small donation. Every click helps keep this sacred knowledge alive and flowing. Among the Hopi people of the American Southwest, there exists a story, quietly kept, but full of power. It speaks of the Ant People, mysterious, underground beings who once saved humanity from complete destruction, not once, but twice. In the ancient Hopi view of time, the earth has passed through multiple worlds or cycles. At the end of the first world, fire fell from the sky. At the end of the second, the world was swallowed by ice. And in both endings, it was the Ant People who opened the earth, sheltering the Hopi deep underground, feeding them, protecting them, until the world above could heal. Without them, the Hopi say, life would not have survived. Today, the Hopi believe we are living in the fourth world, a world now unraveling under war, pollution, and spiritual confusion. And so a question rises, quietly, like distant thunder. Are the Ant People returning? Could their reappearance signal another purification, another turning of the world? This story is not just myth. It may be a warning, or perhaps an invitation. To listen, to remember, to prepare. This is the time to pay attention to the spiritual, geological, and cosmic signs. For the earth is speaking, and the Ant People may be listening, just beneath our feet. The Hopi have always walked a path of balance. Balance between the earth and the sky, between mankind and the Creator, between the visible and the invisible. But now the world teeters. The elders speak of the Ant People, guardians from within the earth, who come when that balance breaks. And today, the signs are all around us. Sacred ceremonies are fading. Ancient songs fall silent. Young ones no longer turn to their elders for wisdom. And everywhere, materialism, noise, and illusion drown out the voice of the Spirit. When the people forget the spiritual paths and walk only in shadows, say the Hopi, the protectors may return to guide them once more. But prophecy carries a mystery. For even in the darkness, a flicker of light remains. Around the world, we see a second sign. A quiet revival, ceremonies being remembered, earth honoring ways returning, children once again sitting at the feet of elders. It is said that when enough people awaken, when enough walk with reverence, the Ant People will emerge again, not with conquest, but with wisdom and refuge. We now live in a time of spiritual divergence, two roads forming, one of forgetting, and one of remembering. The Ant People, it is believed, will return, but only for those who walk the path of light. The earth is stirring. The Hopi speak of a time when the ground beneath our feet will no longer remain still, when the earth will shake with purpose, not just power. That time, they say, is now. Around the globe, tremors echo across ancient lands. Fault lines awaken where once the ancestors walked. The New Madrid Fault, long silent, stirs. California quakes with unease. And beneath Yellowstone, ancient heat begins to rise. To many, these are scientific anomalies. To the Hopi, these are sacred signals. For in the old stories, it was during such tremblings that the Ant People came, opening the earth to shelter the faithful, to guide them into the caverns of refuge. These earthquakes, the elders say, are not just disruptions. They are invitations, And then there is fire. Volcanoes now erupt where ice once ruled. Iceland, Hawaii, even beneath Antarctica. In Hopi memory, past worlds ended in fire. But fire was not punishment, it was purification. A reset. A doorway. Could today's volcanic awakenings be more than natural events? Could they be portals, marking the thin places where the ant people still dwell? Waiting, watching, preparing. We are taught that earth changes reflect inner changes, that the shaking outside mirrors a shaking within. So listen. When the earth groans, when fire rises, when the ground opens, it may be a warning, but it may also be a welcome. In Hopi cosmology, the sky is not just a canopy of stars. It is a living mirror. Each constellation a memory. Each light a messenger. And through those windows in the heavens, beings move. Not only watchers from above, but guardians from below. The ant people. They are said to dwell within the earth, but they are not bound by it. They are beings of two worlds emerging when sky and soil align, when spirit and prophecy collide. One of the most sacred signs of their return is known as the blue star Kachina. The prophecy is clear. You will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens above the earth. That shall fall with a great crash. It will appear as a blue star. Some say this will be a comet. Others, a space station or a great artificial satellite. But the Hopi do not argue over forms, they listen for signs. When the blue star appears, it is said, the ant people will rise again. From beneath, and perhaps from beyond, across the American Southwest, on Hopi and Navajo lands, witnesses speak of strange sky phenomena. Blue lights that dance without sound, spiral clouds that twist over ancient mesas, and orbs that vanish into stone. These are not fantasies. They are echoes of an older knowing. Some believe these are portals, gateways to inner and outer worlds, especially near Sedona, the Grand Canyon, and the places where ancient songs still hum in the rocks. Are the ant people preparing to return? Or have they never truly left? Watch the skies, and listen to the silence between the stars. For the sky is speaking, and the earth is listening. In the year 1909, an article appeared in the Arizona Gazette. It spoke of an incredible discovery. An underground city buried deep within the Grand Canyon, filled with Egyptian-style statues, strange hieroglyphs, and chambers of gold. The man behind the claim was G. Kincaid, said to be exploring on behalf of the Smithsonian. His story, bold and mysterious, was quickly dismissed as fantasy. A hoax, they said. An exaggeration. Something to be forgotten. But not everyone forgot. Among the Hopi, the Grand Canyon is sacred ground. Not just a wonder of the natural world, but a spiritual gateway. According to oral tradition, the ant people once sheltered humanity in the darkness beneath the earth. And some Hopi elders say, those entrances are still there. The openings are still there, but sealed. Only those who walk in balance can find them. Today, certain regions of the canyon remain off limits. Military flights are restricted. Access is denied. And rumors persist. Tales of hidden doors carved into canyon walls. Of sudden surveillance when hikers wander too far. Of vibrations in the rock that feel unnatural. Is the United States government guarding something? Do they know what lies beneath the stone and silence? Perhaps the truth is older than we imagine. Older than history. Older than memory. A truth whispered in canyon winds, and guarded by the watchers below. The ant people are not just legend. They are legacy. And one day, those sealed openings may open once more. The Hopi have always spoken of cycles, of worlds that rise and fall. Each world age ended not by accident, but by the choices of humankind. Fire, ice, flood. Each destruction was earned. Each rebirth guided by those who remembered the sacred. In these ancient stories, there is no superhero, no miracle from the sky. There are only helpers who appear when the world forgets how to live in balance. The ant people are not saviors. They are watchers, guardians, appearing only when humanity teeters on the edge of extinction by its own hands. They are beings of the inner earth. But their awareness spans time and stars. They have returned before. And the signs they come with have returned again. Widespread war, sweeping across borders and hearts. Starvation and famine, even in lands of plenty. Celestial disturbances, lights in the sky, stars falling like tears. Mass forgetting of the sacred, the earth, the ancestors. Unnatural diseases, strange and swift. And the earth cracking open. These are not isolated tragedies. They are converging warnings. The Hopi say those who listen will survive. Those who walk in balance will be guided. So perhaps the ant people are stirring again. Not to rescue, but to reawaken. To call forth the memory of what we once knew. Before the forgetting. A silent reminder. The sacred cycle turns. And time is not endless. The helpers are watching. And they return. Only when the time is near. The ant people do not come for all. They appear only to those who see not just with their eyes, but with the spirit. They do not answer to fear or power or pride. They are drawn by something much older. Harmony, humility, and sacred remembrance. Those who live in balance with nature. Those who serve quietly without reward. Those who honor the Creator not just in words, but in action. Those who gather to pray, to dance, to keep the sacred fires burning. These are the ones who will not be forgotten. For the return of the ant people is not automatic. It is conditional, as it was in the ancient days when fire rained from the sky. Only those who walked in faithfulness were guided beneath the earth, into the shelter prepared by unseen hands. And now there is a growing whisper, a parallel prophecy from another tradition. The 3 days of darkness, when the sun will disappear, when silence will blanket the earth, when demons will roam and only prayer will protect. Some say this is not coincidence, that the earth itself will break open once more, and those hidden beneath, the ant people, will rise again, not as saviors, but as guides for the righteous. In that time many will panic, but those who have kept the sacred within will remember. They will hear the call. They will be led, because they never forgot who they are, or who watches from below. The ant people are not just echoes from an old legend. They are more than myth. They are symbols of survival, guardians of the sacred, messengers from beneath the veil of ordinary life. Whether they are literal beings living deep within the earth, or archetypes encoded in the soul of humanity, their presence in Hopi prophecy remains urgent and alive. They come when the world falls out of balance. They appear when humanity forgets who it is. And they return when the earth begins to purge herself of corruption. Each cycle has seen it before. Fire, flood, darkness, ice. And always there were a few who listened. A few who walked in humility, and were sheltered beneath the earth by unseen hands. Now, once again, we see the signs. Nations rising in war. The earth trembling beneath our feet. The sky flashing with unfamiliar lights, and millions remembering ancient truths. The question now is not if the ant people will return, but whether we will be ready when they do. Not ready with weapons or fear, but with still hearts, with reverence, with sacred memory, because the ant people are not saviors. They are helpers, sent only to those who keep the fire of spirit burning. And as the earth prepares once more to cleanse herself, only those who walk in balance will find the hidden door. The signs are speaking. The earth is moving. And the old stories are no longer just stories, they are warnings and invitations. Thank you for walking this path with me today. May you walk in balance, and may the wisdom of the ancestors guide your steps. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this with those who need to hear it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe the ant people are returning? Let's talk in the comments. And if this video inspired you, consider clicking that super thanks or checking the description for donation links. Until next time, keep your eyes on the sky and your heart on the earth. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next journey.